So folks, I don't really know how to say this. It's pretty sad, but it's also really frustrating of a story. There was a realtor, and she just seemed like the nicest person, nicest family in the world up in Dallas. Apparently, she was out with some guy in Dallas, and she was gunned down in downtown Dallas. So I'm going to start the news story here, but there is a very, very big, weird thing in this that all of the news stories missed. And you guys will hear it once you hear it.
On a sunny Wednesday in downtown Dallas, stickers of 28-year-old Ashley Long are left along Main Street.
Her angel number was 444.
But on April 5th, it was a rainy night.
I'm still like in a fog. I just feel like I'm in a daze every day.
Ashley Long's family speaking for the first time since their daughter was murdered during a night out in Dallas. Long, a realtor visiting from the Richmond-Rosenberg area southwest of Houston. She and a group of friends left a downtown Dallas bar just after 2 a.m. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, surveillance video captured the shooting off Main Street. Police say a man Ashley was with reached out and brushed his hand along the passenger side of a passing Mercedes. The passenger of that car, later identified by detectives as 34-year-old Kendrick Finch, exited the Mercedes with a gun in his hand. The affidavit states a man with Ashley reached into her purse and pulled out his gun. That's when police say Finch opened fire, striking both Ashley and the man she was with.
Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, so the guy walking with the girl, I'm confused on exactly what he did, but it sounds like maybe he brushed the guy's car and the guy just didn't like it or something, got out with a gun. Some people are really fucking sensitive and will do that. Now, did everybody hear what these news stories missed? The guy walking with this realtor was not carrying his own gun. His gun was in the realtor's purse. Why the fuck are you putting your gun in a woman's purse? I don't care if it's your wife. I don't care who the hell it is. You're responsible for that gun. If you would have had it on your person and could have just punched out, maybe she'd be alive. But why carry the gun? Why have it if you're just gonna be like, hey babe, I didn't bring my holster. Can you throw it in your purse? Now, I don't know the exact details. There could be a reason, but that's a problem. No one else's responsibility other than yours.
That man was able to fire back. Finch then took off. Ashley later died at the hospital. The man who she was with was also shot. He survived. Ashley's family left shocked when police revealed the details leading up to the shooting, also with a flurry of questions.
One of the first words from the detective was, if she would have been in a place 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after, this would have never happened. It literally was a random act. And that's what's so sickening.
According to police, a few hours after the shooting, Finch called officers and told them he was the passenger in the Mercedes. It wasn't until April 18th when Finch turned himself in after Dallas police put a call out to the public on social media. Video of the moment was captured by Smash the Topic.
So this story is really sad for a couple of reasons. One, there is a lot of unchecked aggression nowadays. People get super sensitive. I don't know. Somebody like brushes your car, no damage, and you get out with a gun. Like, where'd you grow up, man? I think that's the thing that people don't think about. It's some people just have nothing to lose. Some people, if you look at them wrong, they'll potentially shoot you. That's the world we live in, and it's screwed up. But that's one of the reasons why I'm a huge proponent of carrying a gun, but actually carrying it. Not in a woman's purse, not, oh, I forgot it, not, oh, I'm just going to the small store down the street or the gas station, I don't need to bring it. No. Being in these situations is like being struck by lightning. In fact, they happen less. But your chances of dying if somebody pulls a gun on you and wants to kill you are very, very high if you don't have something to defend yourself with. And a knife, pepper spray, a taser, none of that is going to be effective or be as effective as you just carrying your own gun. But you actually have to carry the damn gun. There have been scenarios after scenarios, not even really about carrying your own gun. It's gone to the point of, well, should you have one in the chamber or one not in the chamber? And the whole theory behind that argument is, one, sometimes you're not going to be able to use your other hand and rack the gun. Maybe somebody's grabbed your arm. Maybe you got shot and your other arm's down. Who knows? But ultimately, it's about time. Milliseconds matter when it comes to this stuff. It's also one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of the fanny pack deals. I know a lot of people love them nowadays. I'm not hating on them at all. It's pretty fucking obvious what you have in there, at least now, because they become such a big thing. But those things are not going to be as fast as you just having a good holster, lifting your shirt up, and going for it. But one step further would be, if it's not even on your person, it's like, hey babe, can I have a piece of gum? And she's searching through her purse. How many seconds is that? So the irony in this is the guy who was supposed to be protecting the woman, he apparently survived. And look, I'm not trying to put the guy down. I'm not trying to even really say it's his fault, because it's not. This dude, this gangster, should have never pulled a gun in the first place. But this is just a very sad thing, because it potentially could have been prevented if he was just carrying his own gun. Now, in an alternative situation, if he was carrying his own gun and he was successful at shooting the guy, what would have happened? It's Dallas, so it's pretty woke. People don't get that about Texas. People think of Texas the opposite of the way that people think about like a California. People think it's all cowboys and ranches and all that. No. Most people in Texas have never been on a ranch. Most people in Texas haven't been close enough to a cow to see it lick its own nose. It's mainly Dallas, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. And all of those places are liberal as fuck. A lot of good people there, a lot of conservatives, but a fuckload of liberals. So naturally, those places have super woke justice systems. So if this guy was successful at defending himself and this girl, would he have been charged? I don't know. I guess it depends on what he said to the cops, or if he kept his mouth shut. Because if the story was, oh yeah, I just brushed this guy's car and he pulled out a gun, I don't know. If I'm investigating that, I would probably say, well, there's clearly more to this story. So at the minimum, he would be brought in and potentially charged, especially being in the middle of downtown Dallas. And that's the exact reason why I have Attorneys on Retainer on this channel. Attorneys for Freedom, the law firm that backs Attorneys on Retainer, they practice exclusively on self-defense cases. So you know you're getting the best representation possible when it comes to a self-defense situation. Attorneys on Retainer covers everything from bail, any questioning, everything up and until the trial, at the trial, expert witnesses at no cost to you. They recently added red flag coverage and civil liability coverage. So if somebody sues you after the deal, you're covered. And look, guys, at the end of the day, this costs barely more than $1 a day. I heard somebody say the other day, oh, well, I've got money in the bank, I'll just pay it. Really? You want to pay $500,000 for a potential murder trial instead of paying about $1 a day for a law firm to pick up the bill and to have some of the best lawyers in the country in the courtroom with you? I don't care how much money you have. That's the best deal known to mankind. So if that's not a good enough deal, I asked them to give you guys an awesome deal. Here it is. For individuals, when you sign up, they're giving you $50 off your sign up. Families, $25 off. There's a link and code below the video. Do not be the person who gets in a self-defense situation and thinks that you're just going to be fine, because most likely you're going to be charged, and if you don't have good representation to fight for you, you're screwed.